Alright, so just in case my microphone wasn't working before, thank you for the follow, nerd. It's good to have you here with us. So, today is going to be a few hours of Crypt of the Necrodancer. For anyone who doesn't know what that is, it's a rhythm roguelite or roguelike, depending on which mode you play. They essentially, it's a rhythm game, so you're following the rhythm of the music, and you can only move and act on the beats. You'll see what I mean once we actually get into it, and it'll all make sense fairly quickly. But something of note with this game is that all of the controls are done either with W, A, S, and D, or with the arrow keys. So I'm going to be using the WASD keys. It depends on your own preference for which you use, I suppose. It doesn't really matter. Though there is local co-op in which you both players share a keyboard. One uses WASD and the other uses the arrow keys. I've not tried that before, mostly because it's a bit cramped to try and get two people on one keyboard, but it's interesting. So, with that said, I'm going to kick things off by going into the roguelite variant, where you play through each zone of the game separately. This will have buffs and bonuses that I can use. It's going to be easier than when you play through all zones, where you don't have any of your bonuses. So you can see in the top right, I have 6 hearts right now. That would be 3, I believe, in all zones mode. So I'm going to do one run through zone 1 as a single instance, and then we're going to do a few runs on the all zones. Let us get started. So you can immediately see here, on the bottom of the screen, is the beat. I only act on the beat, and if you're off beat, you don't get to act, you lose your multiplier, which for now only gives me more money. I'll take the torch. For now, the multiplier only gives me money, but there are cases where it does actually matter in some cases, because some equipment depends on your multiplier. I will absolutely take more health. So I'm not great at this game. I will be very upfront with that. Okay. As you've seen, I just took, or I would have taken a hit if I hadn't picked up a pendant, which I suppose gave me a protection. Oops. Monkeys always throw me off. What was I saying? Yes, I am not good at this game, so it's going to be a bit of a struggle for me to actually maintain. Oops. For me to maintain conversation. You can already see I'm struggling to keep myself on beat. And I'm just making silly mistakes with running into enemies, basically, when I very much shouldn't be. No, I don't need to gamble. So every enemy in this game, they're also constrained by the beat, to be clear, but each of them has their own rhythm, where they follow the beat, but they take action in a specific pattern. So, for example, skeletons, you'll notice, take a turn after they've moved where they don't act. Then they raise their arm, or in that turn they raise their arms, and then they attack or move towards you. So they've got a fairly visible tell where if their arms are raised, they are ready to attack. Yeah, so I'm getting completely thrown off trying to talk as well. So skeletons, for example, have that very visible tell. I don't know what visual tell the bats have, but they seem to move every other turn, or every other beat rather. It's a lot of practice getting used to how enemies behave and making sure you don't just run into them when they're about to attack. That's typical roguelike detail, right? You position yourself smartly so that the enemies aren't going to be getting the first hit on you. You want them to come to you. The problem is you've got to follow the beat on this game. You can't stop and think and consider, what is my next course of action? I'm going to give this one more run, and then we're going to start on the all zones runs. That will be a lot more of a struggle, but it's all good fun. Oh, diamonds. Those are the meta currency. You spend them in the lobby to get extra bonuses, I suppose. Things like health, or maximum health, unlocking food, weapons, armor, all sorts of things. They only take effect, or I think unlocked... God, I'm off. I think unlocked equipment does show up in all zones, but things like increased health will only take effect... God damn it. It only takes effect for the single zones. Similarly, the diamonds don't actually appear in all zones runs. I've just turn my own sound up so that I can have a bit more of a beat to follow, I suppose. So I just picked up an obsidian dagger. That's that's one of the pieces of equipment I mentioned before, which is based on your beat and keeping the multiplier up. Thorn of Grounds is good. Hurts me now, but every 10 kills I get, I will actually heal. But yes, Obsidian equipment is stronger based on your multiplier. So right now my multiplier is 4. That means I'm going to be considerably stronger. I lost my multiplier, apparently. So what I had before, oh, damn monkey. What I had before was a titanium dagger. That's just a flat 2 damage, right? The obsidian gives it gives no buff if I have no multiplier, but if I've got a multiplier of 4, it gives me considerably more. Like, I think it does just give me a flat 4, but ooh, I did not look at what those were, but oh well. So Obsidian's a bit of a risk reward, right? If I can keep my multiplier up, I can do a lot more damage, but that's only if I keep it up. So there are lots of floor traps. Ooh, I'm swapping off the obsidian for a blood weapon because I think that may stack with the the crown of thorns rather. Yes, I healed a full heart then, I'm pretty sure. Damn it. So blood weapons act the same as the crown of thorns that I picked up. When you kill a certain number of enemies, which can be seen on the weapon. Oh, it might not be healing me for twice the amount. It's halving the... Oops. Oh, that's stupid. Okay, so while I've got a chance to talk, blood weapons heal you for a small amount after a set number of kills. Healing is rare in this game. If you are good at it and are very familiar with the enemy's behaviours to the point where you can not need to think about it, then they're not going to be as useful to you because they have less damage and you don't need the healing. I am very bad at this game. I need the healing, and healing is rare. There are also various floor traps that can be activated. Some will push you, some will spawn a bomb on you, some will increase or decrease the tempo of the floor's beat for a while. There are spikes that will hurt you. Water slows you down by forcing you to take a beat to get out of it. And as we just saw, there are pit traps, essentially, trapdoors, that drop you to the next floor immediately. Which I didn't want to do, because it means I didn't get to do any preparation. But now we are at the first zone's boss. So, bosses have their own unique rhythms. So you see I'll stick around to demonstrate for a bit. You can see that this boss, King Konga, has a bit of a pause. If you're too used to having a consistent beat, that will throw you off. This is a spike trap here. Deals damage to you if you step on it. This is a tempo up. If it's pointing to the left, it's a tempo down. They are temporary, but they can throw you off a fair bit with the changes. And if it's just a single arrow, it
Dad was always coming
pushes
and
you.
going on his adventures. But this time he seemed more excited. He said he'd found it, some great treasure.
When I was older, I found the notes he left behind. Directions to a graveyard.
Uncle Eli tried to stop me. But Dad had been gone for 2 years. I had to find him.
So, there is, surprisingly, a story to this game. Essentially, you're playing as Melody, by default at least. You can actually change characters to quite a few options. All of the characters have their own special effects as well. But the... you're not playing as Melody. Melody is her mother. You're playing as Cadence. So there is a story to this game, which you may not expect, really. Cadence's father set out in search of some treasure to try to heal his wife, Cadence's mother. I think that's basically the summary of what you'll know at this point after finishing Zone 1. So I'm just going to leave it at that. So, it's time for me to delve into All Zones mode. This is going to kill me repeatedly, over and over. You've seen that I'm bad, you've seen that talking throws me off the rhythm very badly, so I'm going to be even worse than I usually am. I am only going to have 3 hearts, I have half as much health. But I will be able to collect significantly more money. The diamonds will be converted to money as well, so that will help me get money. And I will actually be able to carry any benefits from one zone to another if I survive that long. I probably won't. Let's find out. Right, something else I didn't mention. You can dig out the dirt tiles. You've probably seen me do that. It's important to... Oh, that's... okay. Had to think for a moment there. It's important to be aware of digging out tiles. Primarily because doing so lets you stand in place. You cannot do that otherwise unless you've got a specific item. So standing in place is very valuable. I am all over the place. Yeah, it's of extreme value, really, because there will be cases where There'll be cases where an enemy is going to move towards you. You want to move towards the enemy, but if you do, or you want to be in range of the enemy, but if you move towards them, they're going to be able to get a hit on you. You don't want that, so you don't want to be the one to move. In that case, either you can dance around for a bit and see if you can get better positioning, or you can dig. So if you have a dirt tile next to you, you just break the tile and stand still for a turn, and that can be used to okay, well I just picked up the miner's helmet, which means I can't stand still and dig anymore, because nothing really exists next to me. Do I want any of this? I mean, I don't have the money for it right now, so probably not. Damned monkeys. You'll also notice I've picked up a different weapon. So right now I am using a golden flail. Gold items do more damage the turn after you pick up some gold. And flails attack in an arc around you or in front of you when you try to move. Let me move, damn it. It can be good, or as you can see, if I'm not thinking properly, it can result in just idiocy on my part. Yeah, so attacks take priority over movement. If something is going to attack me from range and I need to move out of the way, but there is an enemy diagonal from me in the direction I need to move, I'm going to stand there and take the ranged attack while smacking the enemy. That's not really ideal. Yeah, let's take the... I don't need to buy the mystery chest. I think the pick might have been a mistake, because I think I was actually breaking... Well, it doesn't matter, I didn't notice the skeleton was going to kill me. So, this gets real hectic. The miner's hat can be useful, but it does take away your ability to stand in place and mine something. It can open up walls when you don't want it to. Enemies stay in their room until you activate them. So, if I break through a wall into a room with a bunch of enemies, all of them are going to get angry at me. That gets chaotic quickly if you're not dealing with them. Ring of Regeneration is very nice. Oh, once I deal with one of those bat rooms without getting hurt. I always try to clear those rooms because they'll drop money, but damn it. Yes, the bats drop money as all enemies do, but damn it, I am not focused. God, I've played this for a couple of days over the last... Well, no, I've played this the last couple of days to work the rust off, basically, and I almost never missed beats. I did make stupid mistakes, like walking right into monkeys, but I wasn't missing beats when I wasn't talking. Was I saying anything? If I was saying anything before, I have forgotten what. I'll take the armor. So, defense in this game is a flat damage reduction. If you have 0.5 defense, hang on. Songs do end, so you sort of need to make sure you get out of the floor before they end. There's no major penalty if you don't, it just sends you to the next floor right away, but you do lose your multiplier, which I try not to do, just as a matter of course. I've lost track of what I was saying. Oh, defense. Not going to buy any of this. So if an enemy would hit you for 1 damage and you have 0.5 defense, you take 0.5 damage. And that damage is represented in half heart? No, whole hearts. So every 0.5 defense you have protects a half heart from an enemy attack, right? It's useful, but the lowest it can take the damage is, I believe, 0.5, so you can't get enough defense to take no damage at all. Was it this floor that had cheese? Oh, that's a... Yeah, so these, when you see cracked walls, they are hidden shops. Sometimes they will cost you health, sometimes it'll just be a couple of random cheap items. I'm going to lose my... Look, I'm taking the wide attack and the boots, screw it. I'm going to fail to leave this floor, I'd say. Yep, there it is. Yeah, so that secret store we found then cost health to buy items. Whoa, that's a chunky boy. Scroll of Gigantism. Temporary buff, I believe, so I'm not going to use it right away. Traveler's boots I've got mean that I can pass through water without concern. Always nice to have. Anything that can throw off your movement is a large threat. Ooh, chest in there. Glass items like that torch are iffy. Gonna pass for now, I think. So the reason glass items are iffy is that they, I believe, give the best benefits of any... Whoa! God, I got very lucky there because I was not taking good actions. I was in a bit of a panic. So glass items give the best benefits as far as I know. They might be outweighed by obsidian at full multiplier. I'm not sure. But glass things also break if you take damage. So you lose them very easily. So what I'm considering right now is if I want the spear. I don't think I will, because it's only gold. Spears are weapons that attack 2 spaces ahead of you instead of just the one. Broadswords attack an arc of 3 spaces in front of you. It tends to be useful being able to attack from a diagonal. Flawless victory. So I had to stop and concentrate a bit on that. So as you can see, 4 damage, I believe that's a longsword. If I take any damage, that breaks and just leaves a glass shard as a weapon alternative. Glass shards are basically just a dagger. They're nothing special. I would rather keep something that I can know has reliability. But we have actually made it to Zone 2. Right, also of note, if you can beat... Damn it. If you can beat a boss without I'll take a longsword. If you can beat a boss without taking damage, I think, or losing the beat, it might be both, you obviously get a flawless victory. Flawless victory, oh, it's a flail, but it is blood. I'm taking it. Funnily enough, the mushrooms on the ground do count as enemies. So if I smash those, they count for towards healing. But yes. I'm an idiot. Oh. Flawless victories basically give you some extra bonuses. More gold drops, I believe, and those 3 chests that you saw spawn. That's a barrel, not a mushroom, right? Yes, I cannot break a barrel. You only get to choose one chest to open. And we're going all the way back to the start. So you get to choose one chest to open. I think there is some difference between what each chest has depending on the color. For example, I think it's something like black chests have a weapon, purple chests have a spell. I don't know about red chests. I think it's something like that. Purple chests might also have an accessory like a ring. But I don't know the specific details, so I just open whatever. Okay. It's time to start again. So, I'm probably going to be a bit quiet at times. That's because it is very difficult to keep the beat while I'm talking. I'll save up for the longsword. I'm not going to save up for the longsword. Daggers may have nothing special to them, but a blood dagger is valuable to me. Oh dear. Well, daggers do have something special. You can throw them. Oh, why did I did that very poorly. I needed to pick up the food, eat it, and then pick up the armor. I'm not smart. I have already lost almost all of my health. At this point, it may be better to just... Dagger of phasing? What? Phasing attack 2 damage. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Oh, that's just a trap room. And I won't even get to see what it does, because the monkey just launched onto me and then a skeleton got a free hit. I will never know what a phasing weapon does, I guess, because I don't think I'll ever see one again. But, well, that's just the way it goes, I suppose. I didn't plan around the monkey. It's a phasing weapon again. I don't know what it does. Red ghosts move every turn. You cannot approach them if they are... Why didn't I move? The monkey! I didn't even notice the monkey! Locked me in place so the dragon could kill me. Dodo! Hello, hello. Good to have you here. So, one day I'll actually work out what a phasing weapon does, I suppose. But this is not that day, I think. The attacks didn't seem to move me. It didn't attack from a longer range. I don't know what else it could have done, really. Health. Nice to have a bit of extra healing, so long as I can remember to use it. Yeah, so actually using items is a little bit tricky in this game because everything is controlled with the movement buttons. So, come on, get on beat. So you can see on the left of the screen, if I want to use that apple I've got, which I don't yet because it can save me... Damn it. I'm an idiot. Yeah, so if I wanted to use that apple on the left, I would have had to hit A and W at the same time. There's plenty of leeway. The game is not going to be an arse and say you pressed A a little bit you pressed A a bit too late after you pressed the W, so we're not going to let you do it. That typically doesn't happen unless there's a big gap between pressing the buttons. But my brain isn't coping with the it doesn't cope with the necessity of processing that. So I'll think I want to use the apple, and then I'll have to dance around for a little while I look at the apple, just glancing at it and where I am to make sure I'm not getting myself killed. work out what buttons I need to press, then get my fingers into the right place and try and hit it without losing the beat. It's just difficult for me. Actually, hang on. There is it customize? No. Options. No? I swear there was... a way to... Oh, it's right there, change soundtrack. So, we've been on the same music track for a while. It does change depending on which floor you're on and what zone you're on. But we've seen that I don't do very well. So we're getting a lot of the same. So let's change things up. So let's just go to the next. I'm not noticing a difference. It's probably a subtle difference. The music tracks generally maintain a similar structure. Had multiple good opportunities to get in there. They maintain a similar structure because they want the beat to remain the same on every floor. But I did expect more of a notable difference. I am playing like trash. I wonder if the track change didn't actually trigger. I'll check the settings again. I'll check the settings again before I leave this floor. There we go. Just to make sure we've actually got the... God, I'm about to die. But yeah, just to make sure I didn't hit cancel or something. I can't even afford... Like, this can't dig... No, okay. I'm just going to stick with the shovel. I mean, the shovel can't dig stone. This does dig dirt in one go still. Okay, real quick. Not custom music change track. It is changed to a rival. So I'm going to presume it either just sounds the same or... There we go. It just needed a floor to update. Some nice things in the shop, but I am not rich enough for that. Oh, there we go. It happened. Had to happen sooner or later. Oh yes, okay. It is definitely updated now. I'll take the torch. The armor is going to take too much health. Barrels and boxes can have things in them. Missing the beat actually saved me there. I would have absolutely just walked into that ghost. So barrels and boxes can have items in them. But actually breaking them takes either a bomb or a very high damage attack, which I don't have. I am very low on health. I don't have the money for that transmute spell. It would be nice, but alas. So I'm going to be a bit quiet for a little while. Damn it. Because as you can see, the moment I start talking, I screw up. I will take a spear. You probably just heard some sort of chime. That's my doorbell. I'm ignoring it. Someone else will deal with it. Ooh, long sword. So that was 125. That gave me 150, so that was just a net profit from that scroll. I'll take Strange Vision. So, sunglasses are a bit of a risk-reward thing. So enemies do have different forms distinguished by colour. Can't break this, no. But with sunglasses, I can't see that colour. I can only see their outline. Quite the dangerous thing for me. Because if something is a different form and is going to survive one extra hit than I'm expecting, it may hurt me. But the sunglasses give me a flat damage increase. So it's probably going to work out. Fuck. If I hadn't walked into the water there, I would have been fine, but I just did a stupid thing. Bats I can never get a read on. Ooh, that ring is real nice, but I don't think I can get that much money on the first floor. Yeah, bats I can never get a read on. They act every other turn, but I don't know their actual movement pattern. If they even have one. I'm pretty sure they would. Everything seems to have a pattern, right? But I haven't worked out what it is. Nope. Had to double check because that wall looked a bit funny. I thought it might have been a cracked thing with a secret shop behind. Stupid of me. See if I can just dig through. I can. Every time. I run into the monkeys every time. Monkeys themselves don't do any damage to you, notably. The problem is that you can't do anything for a few turns once one gets on you. So, if a monkey grabs you and you only deal 1 damage per hit, you're going to need to take like 4 turns, I think, getting that monkey off you and killing it. That's going to leave a lot of time for other enemies. They also take away your multiplier. So if you've got an obsidian weapon and a monkey grabs you, you're losing all your damage. Ooh. 125 for a blood spear. I think I'm going to use a bomb to blow up these shops' walls, because they're made of gold, so you can get money out of it. With a blood weapon, since it's or the number of kills counts once you've got the weapon. I don't want to do that. So even if you're at full health, it will count down, so it lets you get prepared for the damage you'll take in the future. Was there anything else I wanted on this floor? I don't think so. $100 gold for the Ring of Charm is very worth it. Halves the price of everything in the shops, so if I can spend 100 gold now... okay, thought the world was vibrating a bit. Red dragons, significantly more dangerous than green dragons because they actually breathe fire. Takes a bit more dancing around them. Damn it. Had no way to get out of that monkey. Unless I just smacked the wall, I guess, but... well, probably technically would have been a better option. Stupid. Oh, that's... oh, okay. No, I'm not giving up my blood weapon. Ah. As I said, the monkeys always get me. Every time. Ugh. Okay. So let's do... I'll take this as the last all zones run. After this one, let's go back to... stupid idiot. After this one, let's go to a run of Zone 2, so I can show off a bit more of the game. Stupid idiot again. Oh, I'm a fool. A big damn fool. Alright, actually, on top of that, let's show off some different characters, I suppose. So, Melody, Cadence's mother. You unlock Melody by beating the 4th zone. That does not have to be in all zones mode. You can just do it in single zones at a time, and eventually you'll get there. She is unique in that she uses the Golden Lute, which is a weapon that attacks enemies when you move next to them, rather than when you try and run into them. And if you change to any other weapon, you die instantly. So let's give Melody a go. Let's take this to Zone 2. as you can see, moving away also counts as counts for damage. So she has significantly more offensive power from the get-go, but there is always the risk of picking up a weapon. Actually, unless weapons don't exist, I'm going to take some cheese as well. So if you pick up a weapon, you die, so that's a problem. And obviously, because you can't change weapons, you can't get the bonuses inherent to having those weapons. So, for example, the golden loot will always just be what it is. I can't have... I can't have the benefits of a blood weapon with her. Yeah, let's take multiplier-based sight. Oops. No need to visit the shop again. Ooh. Restore 3 health. So I don't actually have an easy way into... Oh yeah, I can... No need to get in here anyway, apparently. Oh. Okay, I had to test that. Just needed to check whether spikes remained activated and became no threat. They don't. They absolutely become a threat again. But I can use the cheese and get my health back, so it's no real problem. Might as well take the pick. Oh, okay. So, that room gives you a choice of a free item, but you have to... Let me out. But you have to actually fight after you take it. And a small room... Stupid. A small room with a... It's always a red dragon, a minotaur, a skeleton, and a bat, I believe. So, small room... What? Skeleton pulled me, I think. Remember to eat. Yeah, that small room can be dangerous. Sorry for being quiet. I am in focus mode. And even in focus mode, I am doing terribly. So one of the things I picked up from that shop was levitation. Oh. Basically means I don't set off floor tiles. I do kind of want to see what the... Okay, oh, that was stupid of me. Holy water. Purchase a random item. What am I lacking? A ring. Find better items, I'll take that. Oh boy, huh. I thought the bosses were exclusive to their zones, but I guess not. Oh, that was stupid. I need to remember I can't just run at the boss. But
My mother left us to get rid of the loot, just like she left us to find it. And now I've inherited her burden, but I'll be damned if I'm going to pass it on to my daughter.
quick water break there. Okay, so there's a bit more to the story that's been revealed than I remembered. So, Melody, who I'm playing now, Cadence's mother, was extremely sick. She, I believe it was her who was sick. She went and found the golden lute, which was rumoured to be able to cure any illness, essentially, I think, or revive the dead or something like that. Or did... I don't remember enough detail to relay the story. But basically the loot keeps you alive so long as you keep playing, but it's cursed. So that's some Melody that I've shown off. Who else is there? Dorian, you take damage if you stop moving. I think that's his only quirk. Eli I haven't played, but he basically just does bombs. I will show off Reaper, who was only just recently added to the game. So Reaper plays a lot like Cadence, who we've been playing for the most part, except when she kills an enemy, its soul stays behind and becomes part of your army, basically. Right, so I haven't unlocked later zones as Reaper, so let's just do a Zone 2 run again. So you can see below me now is a little ghost. If that runs into enemies, it'll, or rather, it will try to move when I do, and if it runs into an enemy, it will attack them. Enemies that run into the ghosts will attack them as well. So you can sort of build up an army over time. Get out of the mud. Yeah, you can build up an army and you can sort of slaughter whole groups. But it's a bit tricky to get it right. And if you don't move, your ghosts don't move. So, if I stand and dig, the ghosts aren't going to try and move in the direction that I tried to move in order to dig. They're just going to stand there and watch, which is what should happen, but it's important to be aware of because it does mean that you can't stand still and send them to attack someone. I think the quickest way back is just digging. Remember to eat when I can benefit from it. I am doing very poor here. Hey, finally a decent weapon. Oh, I'll take this. Oh wait, no, that's a longsword. Long swords I think I prefer over spears. Both attack 2 tiles away. Hang on. Okay, so both spears and longswords attack 2 tiles away. But what's this? Oh, this is not nice. I'm as good as dead. Oh. Except that chest had a different ring for me to take. Spears and longswords both attack 2 tiles away. Longswords attack both tiles. Spears only attack whatever's closest in those 2 tiles. Yeah, so longswords being able to attack 2 enemies at once is quite nice. I don't know what... Oh, the upside that the spear has is that it can be thrown. But, you know, I'm not smart enough to take advantage of that. Oh, D and W. Kill it. Oh. Damn it. So, heal spell, very nice to have, but oh my god, yes. But spells only recharge after a certain number of kills. So, I need to try and remember to use this every time it is off cooldown. I also need to make sure I kill everything I see, including all these little mushrooms, because they are going to recharge that healing spell for me. To that extent, what was over in this corner? It's a box. Okay, just need to get through this boss. Of course, Coral Riff is not an easy one. But I am well set up for it. Okay. Boss defeated. Oh dear. Oh, I know why the story wasn't what I was expecting. So, we have seen Cadence's Zone 1 story. This is the story of her going out to seek out her father, who went in search of the golden lute to cure her mother, right? Melody comes after that, where her story is about her taking the golden lute back to where it came from because it's a cursed thing that just causes problems, right? So there was a different story from what we were expecting because it was different stories. Okay. I'm going to go into Zone 3, but I'll demonstrate how diamonds can be used after you've unlocked everything and all the permanent benefits, and that is very simply this little critter who lets you spend diamonds to start the run on a single zone with some items, or the janitor who you can spend diamonds at to remove items from the pool. So I'm going to... I'll start with the torch and the... the Cat of Nine Tails. Diamonds are lost when you start a run, I believe, so you might as well use them. To that extent, I will get rid of glass stuff as well, because I don't tend to use glass stuff. So, third zone. things start getting a bit tricky here, because there's new environmental effects. Namely, ice and fire. That's a mimic. There we go. Also, there are enemy variations that have some very special new unique movement patterns. Rapier is more value, I think. So ice is tricky because if you move onto ice, you are automatically going to be moving to the next tile over. Oh, damn it. I can fire, or coals, I guess. Yeah, let's take the longsword. It doesn't force you to move in the same way. Instead, if you stand still on it, then you will take damage. Do I need any of this? Might as well, I guess. So you can see that these little details, they already add some convolution to how you move, and how you move is very important in this game. But on top of that, you also start seeing a variety of new enemies, ice and lava slimes, which move in diamond shapes. I do want a blood weapon, please, yes. Might as well see what's in this chest. Nice, a spell. D and W to use that. So there are the slimes that move in diagonal diamond shapes. If you're not paying attention, that can catch you off guard because most enemies only move in cardinal directions. If you're not expecting it, you'll just not pay enough attention. There are the gremlins, which run away when you're facing towards them and run towards you when you're facing away. Skeletal knights. Oh, wasn't expecting to leave the floor right there. The knights. Apparently the dogs also move in any direction towards you, I think. God, I've been completely thrown off here. So long as I can find one enemy. I thought the slime was going to move there. these diamonds for no reason other than greed. So I'm not expecting to... if I play this well, I might be able to win. Got it. It was a bit tricky, but Blood Weapon carried me through that. God, I feel like I was saying something, but I had to focus to actually clear that. Ugh. Okay. Zone 4 is unlocked. This is still going to be a tricky one. I might as well. I really need to get used to actually using spells. They can be quite powerful if you use them well, but I don't. I'm going to have a quick water break. Hang on. Okay. Might as well use all my diamonds, I guess. Even if I don't use the... even if I don't use the spell, there's no reason not to have it here. That I want gone. Let's see if I can find... that's glass, I don't want it. Glass armor like this, I do actually like. A, because it's passive, B, because it completely blocks damage one time only. So if I'm going to take a lot of hits, it's less valuable than other body armor, but it does actually have uses. There is one thing I'm looking for that I want to get rid of from the item pool. There's a gun, apparently. I'm not seeing the thing, so maybe it's already been purged from the pool. But basically there's a ring called the Ring of Becoming, which doesn't give you a description when you're looking at it in the shop or on the floor, it just gives you question marks. It has a little skeleton on the ring. It's It's the Ring of Becoming because you become a skeleton. Not in a fancy way, just you die. You wear the ring, one hit will kill you no matter how much health you have. Any amount of damage kills you. So, Ring of Becoming, you become dead. I don't think... Okay. Okay, I've got no gold for the moment. Not having a special weapon on this floor is scary. Is that something I can... No, okay. Okay. Here we go. I've actually got a weapon now. The dagger is the hardest to use purely because it has no specialized range. Ooh. Longsword is even better. Can I use my... Oh. Okay, moving down, I guess. Oh, okay. Spiders will jump off the walls at me, and I cannot attack them with my spear before they jump. Hello spiders, I am leaving. That's a broadsword. It's a broadsword, but it's... no. Obsidian does not outweigh range. That certainly does win though. Obsidian Spear is going to do some real nice damage when I've got my combo up. If I have my combo up, that is. I've taken a lot of damage here. And Fireball doesn't get the spiders, it seems. Jeez. Jeez to save the day. That was stupid of me. that floor trap there is confusion. It reverses my controls, as you may expect. It's a bit nasty, but it's easy enough to adapt to. I am absolutely not winning this run unless I find some very strong healing. Like that. So the potion which I got before is an automatic heal. When you would die, you heal to full instead. Might as well enjoy the music for a little bit, I suppose. This game has some real good music. It's got a lot of tracks as well. Each zone has a different style, basically. I believe each floor has a different track within that style. Each boss has their own unique track, and then there are also different musicians. So that's the game beaten, technically. There's a special... I swear there was a special final boss. But maybe said boss is character specific, because the characters have their own stories. So when you're seeking out the golden loot, the final boss is whatever monster is guarding the golden loot specifically. But yes, so there's different tracks for each floor zone boss, and on top of that there are different soundtracks. Danny B. A Rival, Family Jewels, Vert, Girlfriend Records, Chipsel, Danganronpa. That's so 7 different themes, basically. I guess I might as well set it to random. Did that save? Yes, but the ones who aren't on default wouldn't match it right now, so let's set everyone to default. Okay, there we go. So, also of note, in the lobby like this you can change the settings so that you can just move as much as you like. It just makes moving around the lobby faster. let's give a try to Eli with his bomb tactic. I have no clue how this is going to go. I guess we'll find out though. Right? Okay, so I cannot... Okay, so I just needed to test there. My bombs do hurt me. My bombs hurt me, and I can't attack enemies directly. I can only bomb. Stop that, idiot. Just kill me. Okay. I'm pressing the wrong buttons. I'm trying to bomb with W and S rather than A and S. Okay, so that's how I launch them. This is going to take a bit of getting used to, but it is pretty cool. And since I have unlimited bombs, but the shop doesn't, walls don't drop gold. That's unfortunate. I'm not going to win this run, so I'm going to show off. Yeah, so you can attack shopkeepers if you use bombs. They are fairly strong, they can move in any direction and hurt bad. So I missed my bombs after that. I wasn't going to win that run anyway. Okay, this is nice. Once you get used to the bomb tactic, it works well. So long as you're familiar with the range. You can also just drop the bomb. Now there is an item that would function really nicely with this guy. The bomb helmet or something like that. It's essentially an item which says you don't take damage from your own bombs, or any bombs, I suppose, and they explode instantly. So you can just get close to something and bomb the hell out of it. Stupid of me. I move before the bomb explodes, so I can't just move back towards it. I do have a shovel though. Useful to remember. Very quick, get this. Okay. So that monocle was nice to grab because it shows items. So if we head up here, you can see that there's a heal spell in this. D and W. That dragon did not expect just an onslaught of bombs. I'll take a full heart container for a single heart. It's essentially just a empty heart container. Oh, that's... Huh. I dropped a bomb right before that monkey jumped on me. I expected to die to my own bomb. I did there. Oh, I am not smart. I am very not smart. I'll give this character one more try. Nothing I can do about a monkey once it's right next to me. Yeah, I feel like this character is one that that I can get used to fairly nicely and will be fun once I do. It's just a bit tricky to do that. Mostly because I'm stupid. I'm also having some trouble actually getting the combination to get the bomb placement to happen. I've never had that before, but I suppose because it's something that I've not done that often. Check for invisible things. Oh, those ghosts are a bit problematic. Which I guess is why I start with the Nazar. So the ghosts that are that we're seeing only move if I have moved away from them on my recent turn. The Nazar charm, which I've started with, is a charm that prevents the version of them which always chases you from spawning. I'm noticing that that's probably there because if you've got one on your ass, you've just got no way to get rid of it. Both of those would kill me. I'll take that, and I'll take that. full heart container keeps me alive a bit longer, especially if I can find some healing. Ballerina shoes just mean I can stand still for a beat and it doesn't cause me problems. Not like I'm going to get into a habit of doing that though, because this is very much a game where you need to maintain your habits. I need to continue using movement all the time. Diamonds. Oh dear. Yeah, there was no getting out of that. I needed to place the bomb before I started moving away. Bit of healing is nice to have. I killed myself. Oh, I am not a smart man. So that's something I may try to get used to on my own time. Dorian, you take damage if you don't move on a beat. I don't think I want to try that on stream. Talking has definitely proven to just absolutely murder me. We can give Monk a try. So, picking up gold hurts or kills me, I guess. Let's find out what this is like. Oh, I'm an idiot. Oh, I'm an idiot. I ran straight into the gold. Well, it kills you. Oh, that's very stupid. Okay, so let's have a look at items. I start with a dagger and a blood shovel, I think that is. Blood shovels do not heal you, instead they let you dig anything, but at a cost of health if they are hard surfaces. I am an idiot. I'm stupid as hell. Oh. One more try. This time I'm not going to pick up gold. I would rather... You can only have one item from the shop because they're free. Okay. Oh. No. Titanium shovel cannot dig. Oh, no, it can dig rocks. Okay. So long as it can dig those rocks, it should be enough. So... How stupid can I be? How stupid. I can never walk over a space an enemy has died in. Last try for Monk, I'm going to say. I guess killing every enemy isn't any use to me. If they're not a threat, like the skeletons, I can There we go, I can slip through like that and leave a passage. Oh, just got slaughtered there. But yeah, if an enemy isn't a threat to me, then I don't need to kill it, because I'm not going to gain any benefit from it. Still, I think that's enough of Monk. Melody went well for me. I'm going to take Melody into an all zones.
They brought me back. Using the power of the golden loot. But we soon discovered that the loot has its restrictions. To stay alive, we must keep playing. And the longer we play, the more it robs us of our humanity. But I know something about the Crypt that they don't. And now I need answers.
Alright, so that's the start of Melody's story. So, I feel like Melody's just an easier start, because she's got a good weapon, really. Like, it essentially attacks at a distance, right? I just move at the same time. But it does only do 1 damage, so I need to find other sources of damage. And health. Good god, she's only got 2 hearts. Just jamming out for a bit there. Yeah, so she starts out with a nice weapon, but you can't get any other weapon, right? So its utility is good, but you cannot have any special bonuses like increased damage for titanium, healing from blood, right? So I'm curious to see if she's as good in an all zones run as she is in a single zone. So far she's pretty good, but we're still only in the first zone, of course. I'm not giving you any of my health, I barely have any. Fear and pickaxe, I don't think I need either of those. Oh dear, I did not need to take damage there. Diamond, which in this version is just coins. Okay, that worked out nicely. I was considering using the cheese just for the single point heal, just in case something did a full heart of damage to me. Getting a heart container that can hold it, though, that's quite nice alternative. Oh, and now I've got some meat. Oh, and how much health did I have? Did I take 3 hearts in one hit there? Oh! 3 hearts in one round. What's that? 2 from the dragon and 1 from the black skeleton? Or 2 from the black skeleton and 1 from the dragon? Either way, that was very unexpected death. I mean, I shouldn't have taken a hit there, obviously. If I were playing well, I'd never take any hits, right? That's how a roguelike goes, if you plan it out properly and react the right way. I might make this my last run for the day. I know it's only been 2 hours instead of the usual 3, but in the first place, Crypt of the Necrodancer is a game that sort of wears you down after a while. You can only keep playing for so long on this one. If I were good, that would be a lot longer than it is, but I'm not good, so I can't play for that long, really. The other thing of note is just that today is quite a hot day here, and my room is really heating up because I've got it closed off to deal with noise, essentially. So, I'll probably make this my last run before the room gets too hot and I just can't deal with it. I do also have to acknowledge that this isn't really the best of streams. The game is fun, but because I have to put so much focus into the rhythm, I'm not handling the actual conversation part of the stream too well. You know, that's something a streamer is always dealing with. You have to be able to find a balance between focus on the game and focus on your stream. Like it's kind of hard to look away and check chat with this sort of game. I am managing it, but if I had a very active chat, it would be a lot more difficult. So that's something you just have to get used to as a streamer, I suppose. Definitely not the game's fault. It's not meant to be streamed, it's meant to be played, right? And oh god. What was I saying? Yeah, you can tell I'm sort of hitting that mental exhaustion point for myself, where I'm having trouble keeping track of what I was saying just a few seconds ago. So, this... I really need to make myself an ending screen rather than be right back, but I'm going to call it there. Thank you all very much for being here with me today. I'm terrible at this game. It's probably not an ideal stream game, as I've said, but it's a lot of fun. I do really love it. So I have a Discord server where I make announcements when that I'm going to be streaming. It can be found at that link there. Other than that, I'm just going to have a look for anyone who is streaming, and there is one very easy choice here. So, what's the command? /raid. Yeah. Okay. So we are going to raid with the message dogpile. Just a simple little message, doesn't need much. Yes, that's all it's going to take. So we're going to raid into Dimension Eliana, one of my friends from before I started streaming, before she started streaming even. She is a VTuber who is a dimension hopper and dimensional law enforcement investigator. Currently she is playing Pokemon Scarlet and... yes, Scarlet, I believe. She's very energetic, but a very pleasant person to be around. So let's go raid her. Thank you very much for being with me today.